Are you having trouble in your relationship? Want to know if something happened in the past, what's going off now, and how it's going to pan out? Well, we're going to do a fully loaded you and them reading. Okay. If you're new here, I'm Richard, aka the Urban Warlock of Urban Warlock Healing, and I do my tarot a bit differently. I tend to deal with karmic connections, awakenings, and people who have been to hell and back. We don't preach love and light here. We preach duality, standing our ground, knowing your worth and value, and pressing on from there. So yeah, this is a fully loaded reading. There is a cheaper version that I offer at 25 quid, which is just a future-based reading. But if you want a fully loaded, they're £50, recorded, same day guaranteed, and you can find them just by dropping down in the video description, in the Beacons AI link. Right, so let's check out what the past situation was. We're going to start with you, obviously, and then we're going to go on to them. So split the deck. I don't want purple. Let's go for the rotating light. Right. 7 of Cups. Strength card. 8 of Wands. Right, so whatever this past situation was, this might be just kind of, it could be whilst you're in a relationship, it could be prior. But you were given a lot of good opportunities. So 7 of Cups, Cups, water, emotion. So you're the figure there, big cloud, out the cloud, 7 Cups. Out of every cup there's something different. It talks about an abundance of opportunities on an emotional level. It can talk about your manifestations and wish fulfillments. I don't want to go that far. I think that you were presented with a lot of good opportunities. We then got the strength card. I'm not going to go for strength. I'm going to say that the pride kicked in. So it's almost like this has probably been rumbling on for some time, and the universe goes, yeah, but look at all these good opportunities you could have here. But you went, no, they're my person, I'm going to stick to my guns. So the universe really tried with you. 8 of Wands, Wands fire action. 8 Wands or stays flying through the air. It generally talks about pick up in pace, new opportunities, fast-paced motion. So again, there was another opportunity to go in a new direction. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Lovers. Right, Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles, earth, money, finance, non-financial wealth. That's what we're investing our time, efforts and energies in. Court cards can be an energy within ourselves, can be the energy of somebody else around us. Queen's feminine energy, King's masculine energy. Okay, I'm going to say this is you. Right, so the Queen of Pentacles in the upright position is kind, caring, loving, devoted. She's cradling the pentacle like a baby there. It's in the reverse position. I think these opportunities came in. Your pride kicked in, no, this is what I want, and you didn't nurture an opportunity, okay? And I kind of feel like this is why this collective wants this reading, because it's almost like, we're at a bit of a sticking point now. I decided to not take any of those opportunities. Was it the right thing to do? Well, no, unfortunately not, because we then got the Lovers card. I think we're on TikTok, don't I? Lovers card. So in any love-based reading, the Lovers card isn't what you want. I'm sorry, I know that a lot of other readers get overly excited when the Lovers comes out. For me, it indicates a lust-based connection. It's not designed to last. That's 2 of Cups. The lust-based part comes from the naked Adam and Eve figure there. And it's interesting because I sometimes say this, and I actually did a reading for somebody earlier today where this happened, and I said, sometimes I do readings and the person says, my relationship's gone south. We've been together 20 odd years. I don't understand. And the Lovers comes out. And I said, well, unfortunately, that's because this person's not your person. This connection was never designed to last. So you took a punt and a bet or stayed in a lover's connection that you're probably still in now, obviously, and gave up on other opportunities. You didn't nurture what was right for you. Overall outcome card. Yeah, Temperance in the reverse. So the Temperance card for me is the alignment card. It's when our mind, body, souls are all in alignment. We know who we are, what we want, where we're going. You'll also notice the angels pouring into their own cup. So it talks about periods of self-love, self-care, self-healing. It's in the reverse position. So you didn't focus on yourself and it's thrown you out of alignment. And this is a classic one where I say relationships should not be sacrifice. They can be compromise, but compromise is simple things like what do you want for your tea? Where are we going on holiday this year? Not the big stuff. And I think you, the collective, sacrificed not only one set of good opportunities, but 2. Why? Because you punted, your pride kicked in, and you said, no, this is my person. They're not your person. It's a lover's connection. Now, you can't change the past, and you can't. So there's no point beating yourself up about this now. You can't go back in time. But we can learn from this quote-unquote mistake, okay? Obstacles or blockages. Nine of Swords in the reverse. Swords are where we think words we use. You're the person in bed, head in the hands, crying. It generally talks about periods of stress, sleepless nights, ending up to depression. Swords here represent a ladder, so it's about changing the mindset, climbing the ladder. Now, that would normally be a good thing, but what this feels like to me, it's more... You've been in that, but for all this time you've been telling yourself, no, I need to change my mindset, I've made the right choice. I'm sorry, this is going to upset you. You didn't. You did not make the right choice. Removing any blockages. Three of Swords. Heartbreak card. Okay, you need to accept that you're still carrying this wounding from the past. You sacrificed opportunities to, quote unquote, stand by your man. And I'm sorry, it was the wrong choice. I don't blame you for it. You're in love, but it was the wrong choice. Okay, so let's go on to them. See what they were getting up to in this, in the past of this connection. Oops, missed. Right, Six of Cups. Six of Swords. Sun card in the reverse. Right, so Cups, Water, Emotions again. So this is about equal give and take. We've got one character giving the other cup of flowers. Now, that would normally be a good thing, but we then got the Six of Swords. So this is about mentally going in a new direction, going on to calmer waters. There is some sorrow attached to it, hence why we got the figure there cloaked with the head down. I'm going to continue because I wasn't expecting to see these cards. Sun card in the reverse. So Sun card, fixed card, it's the most positive card in the deck. It means the birth of something new. It's in the reverse position. So it's normally when the universe wants to give this to you, but it's on hold because there's something that we've not done. I'm wondering if this might have something to do with pregnancy and them saying, no, I don't want a kid, and if you want it, then I'm going to have to leave. Sacrifice. Let's continue. Five of Cups. Page of Swords in the reverse. Right, so they're the figure there, normally in black. Reverse deck. They're normally in black because they're mourning or grieving the three cups that have fallen over, not seeing the two that are behind them. Stuck in grieving mode. Okay. Page of Swords in the reverse. Swords are where we think words we use. Page is more youthful energy. Don't have the knowledge or experience of the kings and the queens. Don't have the full motion of the knight. It's more about giving something a go. This page is about, well, it can be about blue sky thinking outside the box, being more creative and playful. Reverse position, sticking to the tried, tested and true. The other way we can go is a bit of a Peter Pan type character. Doesn't want to grow up, pie in the sky ideas. Never shows up, right? It's in the reverse position, so, disappearing act. Overall outcome card. Four of Cups. So they're the figure under the tree staring at the three cups. Stuck, bored, jaded, fed up, cloud, handcuffed, no opportunities. Upright position, can't see the wood for the trees. Missing out on new opportunities. I was expecting this to be fairly cut and dry, but I don't think it is. It's almost like stalemate. It's almost like you've had these opportunities, but you didn't take them. You kind of banked on this person and it threw you out of alignment. For them, I think with the Six of Cups there, I think that they'd found some kind of emotional stability with you, but then these new opportunities made them insecure. So they started checking out. And it's more to do with their attitude. It's almost like they were jealous of these options that you had, and rather than kind of going, do you know what, I'm proud of you, I'm pleased you got these options here, and even if it's like options in love, to be like, you know what, you got these options, but you're with me, I'm proud of that. They went into this mourning or grieving mode. You banked on them, and ever since then it's like they've shut down. It's very bizarre. Right, obstacles or blockages. Devil in the reverse. Right, so the devil card for me talks about either leaning on toxic crutches and vices or being chained to some kind of toxic karmic energy. We've got the Adam and Eve figure from the Lovers card. They're chained to the devil. Okay, this is a toxic connection. The obstacle or blockage is that you kind of know that you need to break free of this, but you've not been doing anything to do that, removing any blockages. Knight of Swords in the reverse. So Knight's forward motion. So this Knight talks about either expressing ourselves or news coming in fast. I think it's basically saying that this person, because what it feels like is that you've had some opportunities and they've taken umbrage at that. They've not liked that. They don't want it. They don't want you taking these opportunities. So they've completely shut down. It wouldn't surprise me if this collective said they're in no contact. But you're going, no, I'm going. I can't take these opportunities. I've got to think about my person. And they've gone in shutdown, and you're not going to hear anything from them. Good grief! Right. So let's go on to the present. Let's together. So present spread. Some of this will have recently happened. Some will be in play now. Some might be coming about a week or so. Okay. Right, back to you. Page of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Judgment in the reverse. Right, so Page is more youthful energy. This page is about an offer. He's offering the cup. Now, Page's offers are tiny. They're pointless. Emotional breadcrumbing. You're not even getting the smallest, tiniest amount of any kind of emotional attention from this person. Knight of Swords in the reverse, and back again. Yeah, they ain't coming forward. They ain't talking to you. They're not going to express what they want or how they feel. Judgment in the reverse. This talks about either internal or external judgment. Okay, I think that you're now starting to judge yourself not worthy of more. Okay. Ten of Pentacles. Safety blankets. So, strength in the reverse. Right. Ten's completion cards. We often call this retirement card because it's coins. It's when we put a lot of effort and we get to the end, we get to enjoy the fruits of our labour. I'm not going that way. It's going to be a bit hard to see, but dogs down there, kid there, parents there, old man there, castle walls. Despite this person icing you out, despite you now kind of not judging yourself worthy of more, putting yourself down, it's easier for you to stay in this and more comfortable than the thought of going in a new direction, being vulnerable and starting again. Strength in the reverse, I'm going to say starting to lose that strength. Okay. Overall outcome card. Four of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so I had this before, so it's in the reverse position. So still in that stagnant energy, but kind of your eye might be starting to wander off to other opportunities, potentially in love, potentially in other areas. Maybe I would be better off out of this. Obstacles or blockages. King of Pentacles. Right, so King's masculine energy. Now the King of Pentacles is grounded, solid, stable, provider energy. This guy likes to know where he's going, how he's getting there, who's going to be there, what's cracking off, bit of money in the bank, and he's going to get you drinks all night. The obstacle or blockage is that you're seeing this person as your King of Pentacles, and they are not. They're not grounded, they're not stable, they've been sulky and acting like a child. Removing any blockages. Yeah, Page of Swords. They're actually a Peter Pan type character. Not as in like they're all fun and joyous and let's go and do this. Far from it. They've got mummy issues, basically. They don't know how to act like an adult. The response you're getting here is a trigger from childhood wounding. Now, you shouldn't feel sorry for them for that, because they're an adult. They should have worked through this stuff. Okay? Like I say, they've completely shut down. Completely shut down. So let's see what's going off their side. Right, High Priestess in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. Not liking this. Right, so High Priestess in the reverse. So the High Priestess is one of the Divine Feminine. She's Divine Feminine on a more spiritual based level. Now, she's duality, she's connection with spirit, and she's intuition. Now, normally with the High Priestess in the reverse, it can indicate somebody's not following their intuition. I don't think that's the case, though. I think they've started dipping into the darker stuff, right? Two Knights, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. So they're both about an offer. First one's an energetic offer. Second's an emotional offer. Now, I don't think it's going towards you, because while we have the Page of Cups in the reverse and then the Knight of Swords, so I've got a sneaking suspicion this person, your person, rather than dealing with the issue at hand, I think that they might be approaching other people, or another person at least. But don't panic yet. Sun card. Six of Swords in the reverse. Right, so Sun card in the upright position. I mean, potentially I've got this wrong, but I don't think I have. I think that they're seeing a Sun card life away from this connection. To be honest with you, I don't want to say they're unlocking it, because, well, you know, at best they're pushing forwards, but they've not communicated to you what you want. Six of Swords in the reverse, so this is about going in a new direction, going on to calmer waters, as we often call it. There is some sorrow attached in the upright. Reverse position, I'm out of here, I'm gone. I'm disconnecting, I'm not even going to connect to the things on an emotional level. Overall outcome card. Page of Swords. Blue sky thinking outside the box, potentially acting a bit like a Peter Pan type character, but again, not with you. So I can only assume, based on the cards that have come out here, is that you've gone into no contact and you're in a waiting energy. Meanwhile, they're out, they're going, they're trying things. Take that as you will. Obstacles or blockages. Six of Cups in the reverse. So upright position, balance, reverse position, one party's doing all the giving, one's doing all the taking, them. And even if it's that you've gone into no contact, obviously you're not in contact, so you can't be emotionally giving to them, but you're sat around waiting, fawning, longing. Okay, that's energetically, emotionally chasing. Removing any blockages. Five of Cups in the reverse position. So you're probably in that at the moment, mourning or grieving this connection that's kind of gone south, probably mourning and grieving those opportunities that you had previously. It's time to flip it round. It's okay to be angry, sad, pissed off, annoyed that this has happened, this has gone that way, but there will be better opportunities ahead, but we've got to believe it and know it. So yeah, 100% I think this is a no contact situation. I think that, like I say, with that High Priestess, I can only assume, and with having the Page of Swords there as well, I think they're approaching other people. I think they're starting to see a Sun card life away from this. Okay, don't worry, I don't think they'll get it, but I think what they're doing is, I think they're kind of, you know, going, oh, I'm going to start messaging a few people. There's nothing wrong with that. We're in separation. I'm not going to do anything other than message them. Just check what my options are. You know what I mean? It's that kind of energy. It's not very nice at all. Meanwhile, you're kind of going, are you going to come and say something to me because I've kind of sacrificed a lot of opportunities in my life for you? Right, Six of Cups in the reverse. So we're not following the advice of the cards yet. Lovers in the reverse. Two of Swords in the reverse. Right, so you're going to continue to emotionally chase for a period of time. We then got the Lovers in the reverse. Fallout, friction, separation. I think that I think there's going to be fallout and friction, right? And then what's going to happen is Two of Swords in the reverse. Lady there blindfolded, decisions, left path, right path, stick or twist. You're going to have to take the blindfold off from the blinkers to the fact that this is a lover's connection. Sadly, you have missed out or given up on some opportunity for this person, and they've done you dirty. Okay, let's continue. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Page of Pentacles. So Ace is bringing in new energy, not starting something new. So this Ace is about going, right, long term, what's going to fill my cup? On an emotional level, what's going to make me happy? Not really, I don't want to say not doing that. I want to say kind of more not sure what is going to make you happy moving forwards. Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this could be you giving yourself a little bit of an opportunity. If not, they're breadcrumbing you. Okay, it's the breadcrumbing card. Overall outcome card. World card. No, it's going to be, I mean, it could be them bringing breadcrumbing you, but I think this is more you giving yourself a little bit of an opportunity. I think with that Ace of Cups there, I do think it's like, well, I don't know what's going to make me happy now. So you're going to give yourself a little bit of an opportunity, a little bit of time, effort and energy to maybe just kind of like do a little bit of research. Well, you know, it looks like I'm going to be single now. So what can I do with my time? Where can I find my happy? World card, last of the major arcanas, big cycle complete. So whereas tens can be, whereas tens are ongoing cycles and they can be big things. Sorry, the world's the end of a big one. So long-term relationship in this case, because I do feel it's a long-term thing, because when that first spread came out, it kind of felt like it was going a bit further back in time, and then I started to question and doubt myself, going, "Oh, is this a bit more recent?" But no, I think that happened some time ago. At least a couple of years, and I think it's been kind of bubbling ever since. Obstacles or blockages. Ten of Cups. I call this Happy Families card. Couple arm in arm, kiddies dancing under the rainbow. We often call it a wish fulfillment on an emotional level. The blockage is here, thinking this can be rectified and resolved, and end up in that, because it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Removing any blockages. Hierophant in the reverse. Okay, Hierophant, one of the divine masculines. I'm going Zodiac with this. Relates to my star sign of Taurus, sticking to some kind of tradition. He's dressed up a bit like a Pope type figure, indicate marriage, stuff like that. It's time to break away from that. It's time to break this tradition. It's time to break this connection. So, final time, let's go on to them. So yeah, don't forget to give us a subscribe whilst you're here if you're still watching. Feel free to drop us any comments and give us a like. And like I say, if you want a personalised reading, just drop down to the video description, find the link for Beacons AI. You can book your phone and video chat from 25, or get your same day guaranteed readings from 10 quid. Okay? Right, let's have a looky look. Right, Seven of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Two of Swords in the reverse. Right, so Seven of Swords. So I am going to go for sneaky deceptive behaviour going off in the background. So they're up to something. Page of Pentacles. Okay. I think that this is emotional breadcrumbing. Not emotional breadcrumbing. I think this is, well, it could be emotional, but this is breadcrumbing. Okay. It's either that or they're giving themselves a little bit of an opportunity. Two of Swords in the reverse in exactly the same position. They're seeing the situation as it really is as well, and taking the blindfolds off. Three of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. Right, so this is normally a celebration card. I call it a sisterhood card. It's three ladies dancing around with cups in the air. That can be actual sisters, female friends, friends with higher feminine energies. Witchcraft terms talk about a coven power of three. I think that they're taking the blindfold off, or they're seeing that there's some interest there, because this feels like some potential new love interests. Seven of Pentacles, they're the chap in the garden looking over the fruits or flowers, not ready for harvest yet, needs to get to 10. Upright position, going in the right direction. Okay. Overall outcome card. Two of Cups. My favourite card. I'm a Taurus, I'm ruled by Venus, I love love. This is the divine counterparts card, they're getting married. I think that they're focusing on somebody else. Okay, I think that somebody who's part of this Three of Cups, they're seeing them as their person. They may be their person, who knows? Who knows? Obstacles or blockages. Ace of Pentacles. So Ace is bringing in new energy, not starting something new. So this would normally be positive, because we're going like long term, what am I investing in here? I think it's more to do with thinking about reinvesting in this connection. Removing any blockages. Hierophant. Okay. Other way of the Hierophant, because obviously it's in exactly the same position. Going on that journey of self-discovery. Who am I? What am I? Where am I going? What do I want? Okay. So yeah, it's a little bit of a tricky one to read, this one, because there's definitely some sneaky deceptive behaviour going off. I think that Page of Pentacles might be an offer from somebody in the Three of Cups, and I think they're going to go, do you know what? Let's go for it. Let's give it a go. They're going to be a bit smug with themselves. It's got a little bit of kind of midlife crisis, taking the offer from somebody younger. And then being deluded, thinking, oh, this person's my Two of Cups. I think by this point you're had enough. You're closing down that cycle and ready to move on, which would be the right thing to do. You know, it sucks that you've given up on many a opportunity for this person, but that's what we do when you're in love. That's what you do. But you know, you've got to learn from that lesson. Like I say, moving forwards, relationships will be compromised but never sacrificed. As hard as it is, as soon as you start thinking that is a goal or dream, a want or a desire that I really want, and this is going to be a sacrifice, that is really when we need to start thinking about walking away, because you'll have regrets. There'll be the opportunity for resentment kicking in then, and then it kind of drags it out, because what you got to think is with these opportunities, they may present themselves again at a later date. It might not be exactly the same, but if we're still waiting around, well, there's a 100% guarantee that you're going to miss them. So yeah, it's time for you to accept the inevitable. It's got a little bit of a feel of this person's kind of gone no contact, and they've kind of left it in this energy or air of, I'm not saying it's definitely over, but it's like kind of that we're on a break type energy, and they're never going to clarify it. In the meantime, they're kind of moving on, and it's got this air of that, because I don't think you're married or anything along those lines, but it's got this air of, if there's questions later, well, I thought you were with the collective. Oh no, we split up ages ago. You know what I mean? And meanwhile, you're being made to look like some lunatic, because when people ask you, oh yeah, we're just on the break at the moment. So just be wary of that. So there you go. Like I say, if you want to unpick your situation, that's a prior to same day guaranteed, recorded, fully loaded you and them tarot reading. Just hop down to the video description, Beacons AI link, get yours today. Good luck out there. Ta-ta.